Because I remember when you started a team with AJ, I was like, I know him. I've seen him on Worldwide a few times. I've seen him on Saturday Night a few times. So did you sign a contract? Were you per appearance? How did that work once you finally came into WCW?
Well, I was there basically from that January 3rd appearance. I think I only missed probably 2 shows,
Mm-hmm.
period, from there till the end of the run. That was all per appearance. They were paying us insanely to do security spots, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, they were giving us $500 a night, paying for our rental cars, paying for our flights. I mean, it was nuts. And they were bringing like 12 of us in every week too.
My
So
God.
yeah, so for 12
Shocking they
guys,
went out of business, right?
I always like to tell people those were the checks that you take through you take those into the bank. You don't go through the drive-through with those checks with the Turner logo on them, and they're at 21. Once me and AJ, Terry and JJ Dillon had been coming to Wildside a bit, and Bill Behrens, of course, was so instrumental in of course Alan's career, but everything that basically I feel like I got with as far as forward in pro wrestling, I probably owe to either him or Bert, because they put me in front of the right people. Bill's one of those guys. He'll run through a wall for somebody if he believes in them, but he's going to expect you to run through a wall back. So when you're working, you gotta really go hard for him, and work really hard, and you'll get everything that you put in back from a relationship with Bill Behrens. As far as that, nobody in the business is a better agent or will work harder for you. So.
Instrumental in a lot of careers.
He is the man. And if you, when I book those shows, thankfully, talking about all my friends are good at wrestling. If it's somebody I don't know, I just call Bill and he knows them. It's that easy. Yeah, we got a dark match in Baltimore. Me and AJ did tonight. We did the angle, I believe, the book signing angle, where me and AJ are in the line, and I take the bump from the ghost shot from DDP when he gets up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one pops up still on social media a lot. People are like, AJ Styles is DDP's biggest fan, but
yeah,
we did our dark match that night. We got pulled right into a side room when we got through the match. I mean, we had whatever the crowd was in Baltimore that night chanting "Holy crap," and I'll PG it up a bit. I got 2 little girls. I try not to
that's okay,
cuss too much. But yeah, Arn Anderson and those guys pulled us in the side room and talked to us and were like, hey, get some gear. We're going to give you guys an opportunity. One cool little memory from that I haven't thought about in years is I think AJ was wearing track pants, and he was doing like the high school role model gimmick. He wore like warm-up pants and had the visor and kind of turned it sideways, and I was wearing the Hardy Boy knockoff stuff. And Arn Anderson said, if you guys were wearing gear, if you didn't look like those people, they'd never forget who you are right now after the match you guys just had. So that was kind of a cool moment with him. But a week or so later, we had a FedEx, had a contract in it, turned it down, sent it back. You want to talk about nerve-wracking?
Wow.
To send a contract down, to get a contract and then send it back, turn it down to ask for more money. It was the low. I think we would have been the lowest paid people ever in the history of WCW if we took that first one. But Bill got us a little bit more money and a little bit more per appearance, and then we were sort of off to the races for about 2.5 months.
So how long were those deals, those contracts, and when WCW got bought out, how did that work? Because you do always hear about a lot of the big names sitting out and all that stuff, but how did that work out for you?
Oh yeah, well, but not as good as those big names that got to sit out.
Yeah.
Basically, I think those contracts they were for 3 years. They had, I believe it was a 90-day out though, or something to that effect. And you'll hear Jim Cornette say it a lot in some of his wisdom, where he says, if you sign a 5-year contract with a 90-day, out clause, then you've signed a 90-day contract.
Yes.
Basically. So that's where those big name guys didn't have those. So I'm certain that that's probably where they were able to sit home and, not have to worry about it or whatever. But yeah, once the company was bought out, we were left off the last Nitro. And then, gosh, I got a call about doing an independent show, like a run of shows in California, and I didn't have any idea if I should do it because technically I was under contract. And I talked to Bill, and he said, we don't know what's going to happen. This is a guaranteed payday. Go do it. So when I was in California, I got a call to call Johnny Ace, called him back, and he kind of broke the news to me that, yeah, we're letting you guys go. give me 6 months up there. I'm going to do everything I can for you. I love you guys. I'll work really hard. He hadn't called me yet, but I saw AJ's up there. So I'm thinking that at some point my call's got to be coming. It's only been, what is it, 19 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, almost 18 years. So maybe he just, I didn't change my number, Johnny. So if don't forget me. But yeah, that's kind of how it was. That was sort of a bummer. The real bummer was the last day of our contracts was my birthday that year.
Oh.
So they kind of, yeah. So I took that, and I tell people now that you should never let a 21-year-old make any sort of life decision on his own. I took that and I pouted, and I felt like wrestling owed me something, and I took my ball and ran as far away from wrestling as I could for a while.